Hey travelers, Tia here. Picking flights is one of the most important parts of planning a trip. I mean, think about it. For long-haul flights, picking the wrong flight can really cost you some of your vacation. You can make the mistake of having a ton of layovers that cost you hours, or you can arrive at the wrong time, actually just be suffering with jet lag for days. Now, picking the right flight, however, can reset your sleep pattern and set you up to have a great first day on the ground. Because of that, we focus on 3 things when booking our flight. Number 1, a great departure time. Number 2, short layovers. And number 3, an evening arrival. Yes, evening arrival. I'll explain. Now, to give yourself the longest list of flight times and prices and things like that to choose from, you're gonna have to do one big thing that for some of you is going to drive you crazy. Don't think about loyalty. I know. Look at every airline there is so that you can actually select what you need for this trip. Another thing you'll need to do is not be too cheap when selecting your flight. So a friend told me years ago that I always wanted to try and do long-haul flights at night so that you can sleep on the plane. I didn't quite understand it until I actually did it. So to make this work, I book all of our flights after 3 p.m. if they're long haul. That way, your layover is still within a reasonable amount of time, meaning maybe 6 or 7 o'clock at night. You get out of the plane, you have something to eat, you get back on the plane, you go to sleep for the rest of your flight, uninterrupted, and then you wake up in your destination. And yes, I am lucky enough to actually sleep on planes. I have a special skill that allows me to just pass out when I need to. Everyone thinks it's amazing. I don't know how it works. I just can. All right, so on to layovers. And layovers can really hurt you. This is where being cheap can mess up everything. When shopping for flights, make sure you find something that has a short layover, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Not much more, not much less. I've done a 30-minute and it freaked me out because I'm worried about my luggage making it on the flight. And if you do a 10-hour stay or a 12-hour stay, you thought you were saving a lot of money on your flight, but now you're probably spending it on a hotel room and 3 meals in a place that you're not vacationing. So why do it? Basically, if people start thinking about vacation days as actual money, they would stop wasting them. All right, so on to arrival. And arrival can be your best friend if you pick the perfect time to arrive. So a lot of people think that they want to arrive in the morning for those big international trips so they have that first day. But what ends up happening is you nap all day, you sleep all day, and then you're up all night long. And then the next day, you're off schedule again. So in place of doing that, arrive at night. Arrive at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Get to your hotel or your house, check in at like 5 or 6, get settled in, maybe even go out and grab a little dinner. But then pass out at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. You're going to bed early, yes, but you'll wake up in the morning early and be on the right schedule. Believe me, I've made the mistake of showing up early and then being tired for 2 or 3 days because I can't get on the right schedule. So this has worked for us for years, and I will never ever go back to trying to arrive as early as possible ever again. So those are the 3 tips for picking the perfect flight. I hope they work out for you. Thank you much, and I'll see you next time.